The 42nd floor conference room glowed in the golden evening light as Celeste Hawthorne sat alone, her attention fixed on the chessboard in front of her. The city skyline stretched beyond the glass, but her mind was on the 64 squares, each piece a memory of her late father. Chess was her escape, her meditation, the one place where every move had meaning and every outcome was earned. A soft knock at the door broke her concentration. Without looking up, she called, "Come in." The door opened, and a tall janitor in blue coveralls entered, pushing a cleaning cart. He moved quietly, but his eyes lingered on the chessboard. Celeste noticed his interest and, on a whim, perhaps out of loneliness, perhaps arrogance, she smirked and made a bold offer. "Beat me in chess, and I'll marry you." The janitor paused, meeting her gaze with serious gray-green eyes. "My name is Liam," he said, "and I play for real." There was no hint of a joke in his voice. Celeste had spent over a decade building her father's modest consulting firm into a multinational powerhouse. At 35, she had everything she'd ever wanted except love. Relationships had always crumbled under the weight of her ambition or dissolved in jealousy. Men either wanted to conquer her or be conquered by her, and she'd grown tired of both games. The chess set before her was a family heirloom, carved from ebony and ivory. She'd learned the game at her father's knee, back when his approval still mattered. Now, chess was her sanctuary from the endless demands of leadership. In the world of business, motives were hidden and alliances fragile. But on the chessboard, every move had consequences and every decision mattered. Liam Carter lived in a different world, one measured not in profits, but in small victories and daily survival. At 39, he moved through the city's gleaming towers with the quiet efficiency of the working class. His broad shoulders carried more than cleaning equipment. They bore the hopes and fears of a man who'd sacrificed everything for his daughter's future. Once, the chess world had known him as a prodigy, a teenager who danced across tournament boards with the grace of a poet and the killer instinct of a predator. But that was before tragedy struck. Now, he cleaned offices for steady pay and health insurance, his former life a distant dream. Emma Carter, his 8-year-old daughter, was the brightest star in his universe. Her asthma had been manageable until recently, but the attacks were growing more frequent and severe. Their modest apartment was filled with Emma's artwork and the quiet determination of a single parent trying to make everything seem normal. As Liam approached the chess table, Celeste expected him to laugh off her challenge. Instead, he studied the board with the focus of a surgeon. "You're playing the Queen's Gambit." "Declined. Classical variation." "You favor control over tactical complications," he observed, settling into the chair across from her. Celeste was surprised by his insight. "You seem to know your way around a board," she replied, trying to sound casual. "Are you sure you want to take me up on this?" "I don't lose often," Liam smiled. "Neither do I," she said, reaching for the white queen's pawn. "Shall we reset the board?" What followed was the most intense chess game of Celeste's life. Liam played with a fluid grace, each move flowing naturally, his intentions hidden until the last moment. By the 10th move, Celeste knew she was in trouble. By the 15th, she was fighting for her life on the board. Liam's pieces moved with surgical precision, each capture part of a larger pattern. "Check," Liam said softly, his knight finding a square that seemed to appear from nowhere. Celeste's mind raced through defenses, each one crumbling. "Check," he said again, this time from a different angle. Her palms began to sweat, a feeling she hadn't experienced since her first major boardroom presentation. The third check came like a thunderclap. "Checkmate," Liam announced, his tone calm and satisfied. The position was elegant in its brutality. Her king trapped, no escape possible. The game was over in exactly 21 moves. Celeste stared at the board, every piece a testament to her defeat. She tipped over her king in surrender, feeling more honest in that moment than she had in years. "You hustled me," she said, her voice brittle. Liam began resetting the board. "I never said I was just some random guy," he replied. "You assumed that because of what I do for work. There's a difference." The realization hit her hard. She'd reduced him to a stereotype, never imagining intelligence could exist outside her corporate world. "Where did you learn to play like that?" she asked, curiosity overriding her pride. "I had some good teachers when I was younger," he said, his tone hinting at a deeper story. "Chess was my life once, before other things became more important." Before she could ask more, Liam rose, pushing his cart toward the door. "Thank you for the game, Miss Hawthorne. I should finish my rounds." Celeste watched him leave, her mind swirling with questions. The conference room felt smaller, as if his presence had expanded the space and his absence left it diminished. For the rest of the week, she found herself thinking about the quiet janitor who had so thoroughly and gracefully defeated her. When her assistant mentioned updating the building's service contractor database, Celeste used it as an excuse to look up Liam Carter's file. What she found stunned her. 39 years old, widowed, one child, and a former professional chess player with a USCF rating of 2,437. She cross-referenced the rating and discovered that Liam had been a prodigy, an international master at 16, his career cut short by family tragedy. He'd walked away from the game to care for his terminally ill wife and young daughter, sacrificing everything for their survival. The weight of her earlier assumptions settled on her. She'd looked at his work clothes and quiet demeanor and assumed he was beneath her, never realizing the depth of his sacrifice. The next evening, fate intervened. As Celeste was leaving the building, she heard a commotion in the parking garage. She found Liam kneeling beside his daughter, Emma, who was struggling to breathe. Celeste immediately called for an ambulance, using her authority to expedite help. The next hour was a blur of paramedics and hospital corridors. Celeste's insurance and authorizations smoothed Emma's path through triage, but she could only wait helplessly as Liam disappeared behind the emergency room doors. When Liam finally emerged, exhausted but relieved, he thanked her. Emma was stable, responding well to treatment. Over the next week, Celeste and Liam found excuses to see each other. Coffee breaks, casual conversations, and shared moments became the norm. Celeste's demeanor softened, her colleagues noticing the change. For Liam, Celeste's genuine interest in his life felt like sunlight after years in the shadows. Emma, too, sensed the shift. She began asking about Daddy's friend from work, the kind lady who'd helped at the hospital. The three of them started spending time together, trips to the park, family dinners, movie nights. Celeste discovered she genuinely enjoyed Emma's company, and Emma was fascinated by this glamorous woman who treated her as an equal. But their happiness was soon tested. A video appeared on the company's internal platform, posted by a junior associate. The footage showed Celeste's impulsive marriage offer and their intense chess game. The video went viral, sparking gossip and speculation about Celeste's personal life and Liam's intentions. Celeste's professional world erupted. Board members, business partners, and reporters all demanded explanations. The worst call came from her uncle, the chairman of the board, who questioned her judgment and the company's reputation. That evening, Celeste confronted Liam, her composure cracking. "Did you know someone was recording us? Was this all a scheme?" she demanded. Liam's face went blank. "No, I didn't know. I don't want anything from you except your friendship, which I'm apparently about to lose." "My friendship?" she snapped, her words sharper than intended. "Is that what you call it when you humiliate someone in front of their company?" "I never hustled you," Liam replied quietly. "You offered something you didn't mean, and I won a game you didn't expect to lose. That's not a con. It's just what happened." The elevator doors opened, and Liam stepped out, leaving Celeste alone with the echo of his words. The next few days were a blur of damage control. The video was removed, but the damage was done. Celeste threw herself into work, avoiding the sympathetic looks and whispers. She didn't see Liam again until Emma's asthma sent them back to the emergency room. Liam called, asking if her insurance authorization was still valid. Celeste rushed to the hospital, finding Emma hooked to oxygen. Liam reading to her, his tears silent and desperate. Celeste stayed through the night. Emma's condition stabilized, but the crisis revealed the limits of what love and money could fix. The doctor recommended more aggressive treatments, options far beyond Liam's means. Celeste wanted to help, but knew charity would only push him away. Instead, she asked, "What can I do?" "Nothing," Liam said without bitterness. "Some things just are what they are." "I'm sorry," Celeste said, her voice heavy with regret, "for what I said in the elevator, for assuming the worst." "You were scared," Liam replied. "People say things they don't mean when they're scared. I understand. Do you forgive me?" "There's nothing to forgive. I just hoped you might be different." That afternoon, Celeste made a decision. She went to Liam's apartment, unsure of what to say. Emma answered the door, her breathing easier.
Miss Celeste.
"Daddy's making grilled cheese. Do you want some?" The domestic normalcy of the scene made Celeste's throat tight. Liam emerged from the kitchen, and Emma led Celeste to the table where the chess set Saturday. "Daddy taught me some moves. Want to see?" Emma played with joyful abandon, narrating stories for the pieces, turning the game into a fairy tale. "You're not playing to win," Celeste observed. "Winning's not the fun part," Emma replied. "The fun part is all the things that happen before someone wins." The wisdom struck Celeste. She'd spent years focused on outcomes, forgetting to enjoy the experience itself. Chess with Emma was about connection, not victory. Later, Celeste presented Emma with a chess set carved from maple and walnut. Emma's eyes lit up with delight. "Are they really for me?" "They're really for you," Celeste confirmed, feeling a warmth she hadn't known in years. Liam watched, understanding the gesture. "You didn't have to do that." "I wanted to," Celeste replied. "I've been thinking about what you said, about sacrifice and what really matters. I think I've been playing the wrong game for a long time." They talked as Emma played, the conversation tentative but honest. Celeste admitted the board was considering her position. "Are you afraid of losing your job?" Liam asked. Later, Celeste presented Emma with a chess set carved from maple and walnut. Emma's eyes lit up with delight. "Are they really for me?" "They're really for you," Celeste confirmed, feeling a warmth she hadn't known in years. Liam watched, understanding the gesture. "You didn't have to do that." "I wanted to," Celeste replied. "I've been thinking about what you said, about sacrifice and what really matters. I think I've been playing the wrong game for a long time." They talked as Emma played, the conversation tentative but honest. Celeste admitted the board was considering her position. "Are you afraid of losing your job?" Liam asked. "If I make this move," Celeste said, indicating a knight, "I might actually beat you for once." Liam smiled. "Might, or I might surprise you." Emma looked up from her book. "Maybe you could both win. Maybe winning isn't about the chess game at all." Celeste and Liam exchanged glances, understanding that Emma had once again spoken the essential truth. The real game was about building a life worth living, piece by piece, move by move. Celeste reached across the table, taking Liam's hand. "I think she's right. I think we both already won." The chess pieces sat forgotten as laughter filled the backyard. A promise of all the games yet to be played, all the victories yet to be shared, and all the love yet to be discovered, one move at a time.